boat swung a little bit. Nice one. Lobster for dinner.
It's illegal.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Going home.
Nice one. Oh, you're definitely big enough. You gotta measure that one.
All right.
Sweet and sour lobster, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Clams. I'm Will, down here in Key West, and you should recognize this face by now.
Hello.
But I'm with Captain Aaron Young, and we are out in the Florida Keys, and we are lobstering. It is our last month to get lobster before the season closes, so we're trying to grab a few. We already got a couple. Let me show you what we got. Can't see anything. Perfect.
Looks like this. Zoom, it'll fill up. You're gonna get the live well, the aquarium effect. Well,
maybe not.
hypothetically speaking, it's supposed to.
So one of the things that we're actually going to do tonight is that we're going to keep going. We have, in Florida, you're allowed 6 per person, and right now we have 7. So we got, let me do my math here. We got 5 more to go.
There you go.
And okay. One
Nice one.
big guy.
Giant.
But one of the things we're going to do tonight that's kind of interesting is that we're going to do an Iron Chef cook-off. Aaron's going to cook
Key lime garlic lobster in the shell.
key lime garlic lobster in the shell, and I'm going to do something. I have the sauce on my channel and the recipe on his channel, but we're going to do everything on my channel tonight, and that is sweet and sour fried lobster. So we'll see you underwater, and we'll see you back at the house. Let's go. Yo! So real quick, I just want to show you how we ring tails. One of the things, a lot of people ring the tail without dispatching the lobster and then throw the head in. It is a long, painful death. So one of the things you can do, grab your knife. Right here is the mouth of the lobster. Go inside. Give that a turn, and he is gone. That's it. Then you take your knife, come up around, there's your tail. And then we will clean out the poop chute. So you take one of the antenna, break it off. Are you throwing these in?
No, just going in the.
Give it a twist. And out comes the poop chute, and you have a clean tail. That's it. All right, welcome back to the house. First things first, I'm gonna make my sweet and sour sauce because it has to come up to a boil, has to simmer for about 10 minutes, and then go into the fridge and completely cool down. So I wanna get ahead of that before we do anything else. So these are the things. I'm gonna do all of this with one hand, so bear with me. First things first, we're gonna do pineapple juice. And then I'm gonna put in about a tablespoon of cornstarch. And the reason why is because that cornstarch well, number one, you want to put it in cold and incorporate it. And then when it heats up, that's going to help our sauce thicken up and give it that kind of syrupy texture that you want sweet and sour sauce to have. So we'll put that in there, and it'll also cut down our cooking time, which is a good thing. All right, so that is completely incorporated. Actually, add just a little bit more. Next, I have rice vinegar. Just a little bit, maybe teaspoon of rice vinegar. Next, we have fish sauce. And fish sauce, if you are unfamiliar with fish sauce, it is fermented anchovies. It smells god awful, but the taste is not anything like the smell. It is amazing, and it adds that salty umami, almost in place of, say, like MSG. It's an amazing, amazing ingredient. When I put it in here, you won't taste it, and it won't taste the way it smells, I promise. Next, we're gonna put in gochujang. It is Korean chili paste. It's basically a little bit sweeter and thicker than sriracha, but sriracha would work too. That's fine if that's all you have. That is the color we are looking for. I'm gonna bring that up to a boil. Then after it comes up to a boil, bring it down to a simmer, 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna add lime juice. And the reason why I'm adding the lime juice last is because if you add it now, it'll cook off, you won't even taste the citrus. If we add it last, you'll taste that prominent citrus flavor. So we've been simmering about 10 minutes, and now I have my lime. We add that. Give that a stir, and you can see how it coats the spoon. That is good, and when that cools down, that is going to thicken up and be absolutely beautiful and is going to stick to our fried lobster perfectly. All right, so just to reiterate, Aaron and I both are cooking, and Aaron is making key lime
Garlic oysters with
oysters.
Key lime garlic lobster. I normally make oysters, that's why I'm confused right now. So key lime garlic lobster in the shell. It's going to be covered with a Parmesan and panko toasted topping.
All right, so we'll walk through that one first, and then we'll move on to mine, which is the sweet and sour fried lobster. But definitely take a look. We got the one jumbo lobster here.
Look at the size of that thing.
Compared to these.
And these are still nice lobsters. This is a small. This is your average keeper lobster right there. It's unreal. It's one of the biggest ones I've ever caught in the Keys.
All right, we'll let Aaron get to it, and I'll walk you through it. All right, so walk me through what you got here.
All right, it is time for key lime garlic lobster. So I've got some lobster tails. These are kind of your average size, so I wanted to keep them uniform. That way they all cook the same amount. I've got limes, some fresh grated Parmesan, panko. You can use seasoned or plain. I've got a couple of garlic cloves roasted in the oven at 400 for about 40 minutes. Olive oil, salt, pepper, that's it. And I've got some Kerrygold softening up. First things first, pot of boiling water. There's some salt in there, and we're gonna get these in there. And because these lobsters are going to be finished in the oven on broil, we're gonna do just a little shorter than normal. I think normally Will does them about 8 or 9 minutes. I'm gonna do them about 6, which, speaking of, I need to start my timer. All right, 6 minutes, so those are going in. And I'll see you in a couple minutes.
All right, what's next?
All right, so while we're waiting for the lobsters to boil, we're gonna make our topping and our butter mix. This is about a cup and a half of fresh Parmesan, and you just kind of eyeball it here. I want it to be ballpark about half and half. Just gonna kind of toss that together. And then I heated up my butter in the microwave. And I've got my garlic that was roasted. Oof. Yeah, I just want to heat that.
Oof.
It's gonna be better this way.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, there was still some in there.
Well, I know. It's for me. It's not for you.
It's so satisfying.
It is very satisfying. Alright, oh god.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got a boil over.
He's angry. Alright, and then
So that was 2 full heads of garlic,
two
right?
full heads, yeah. I
Okay.
think I may have said cloves. I meant heads. I don't know what the difference is. Single and multiple. And you can use key lime or regular lime. We've got regular limes here. So that's what we're gonna do with. I'm gonna start with 1.5. You don't wanna get too much. You don't want it to be too limey. I've got quite a bit more butter than I thought I did, so I may end up being pretty limey. And then whisk and kind of, you can do this probably in a NutriBullet. I want to break down that garlic. That's also why I roast it, because it gets a little softer. I think it would be much easier in a NutriBullet, which I may end up doing, but we're going to start it this way. Either way, you got to mix it one way or another. All right, so keep doing that for a while. It'll come all together. Got this ready, and when the lobsters come out, we'll get them diced up and put this together. Hot, hot, hot. So typically when we do lobster rolls, Will always pulls these out and ices them. We're gonna let them go because they're undercooked just a smidge. They're gonna be finished in the oven, like I said. So I'm gonna have to wait a couple minutes for these to cool down before I pop them out and break them apart. Whew.
You bend the lobster back.
I'm just gonna show my shitty chopping skills. Alright, so lobster's nice and diced up. Just gonna add just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit of my garlic, key lime butter. And mainly what this is for is to drizzle over the Parmesan and the panko, but just want to get a little bit in there. You can't go wrong. A little extra butter and garlic. I'm gonna pack these guys. Whoop.
You got clean hands, just use your hand.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to be fancy like that.
Get in there.
Didn't grow up in the trailer park.
Much easier.
Yeah, now we're talking. Let's get these spread out. Ooh, there's more lobster on top. And once those are packed, this is my panko and Parmesan. I'm just gonna kind of pack this as best I can right on top. And save the rest of that butter and garlic and key lime because you're gonna need it for afterwards. It will not go to waste.
Do you know what like a lobster?
I would like $1 million.
Tuna.
He looks very unimpressed.
He's inside now. He doesn't like this.
All right. So those are gonna go in the oven on broil on high, as close to the flame as you can get them, just to melt that Parmesan and kind of brown that panko. And we're gonna come out and I'll show you what happens to them next. 5 minutes, chef.
Quit some.
We're getting down to the wire here.
Let's try one more.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Careful, that might be hot.
Ooh, that one is hot, but
You can't do that.
I'm a judge. I can do whatever I want.
All right, William.
All right. So now,
I forgot. I actually put the butter on before. The butter garlic. For some reason, I thought I did it after, but we'll refresh my memory.
Baby, you gotta do it more intentional. You're spilling over.
What do you mean? I got 5 minutes left. The clock is ticking.
Oh, sure.
And this is by no means a healthy dish.
It's Kerrygold.
Yeah, it's Kerrygold. It's non-fat, all organic. All right. And that is going in on broil right by the rack, or right by the flame for about 3 to 4 minutes. Just keep an eye on it.
All right, so for mine, I want these out of the tail raw, but actually a trick that Aaron, who's behind the camera, taught me. If you throw them in boiling water, just for about 20 seconds, they'll separate from the shell, so then we can crack the shell, pull them out, and they're still basically raw. And it's a good trick, because I don't know if you've ever tried to get raw lobster meat out of the tail, and then when it sticks, it's a disaster. You just go a couple seconds, right?
Yeah, it doesn't take long. As long as that water's hot. So it's only when they're fresh. If you chill them overnight, it's easier, but we're eating these fresh, so.
Boiling water on my foot, that felt great.
I did the same thing.
All right, so while these are cooling down just a little bit, we're gonna get our batter ready, which is just all-purpose flour, a little bit of cornstarch, good amount of salt.
Salt. Will's winning so far.
Great.
And one of the things that I go by, I've said it in other recipes, if you can't see the seasoning in your flour, it's not enough seasoning. You want to be able to see the pepper.
I like that.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Can't taste ahead of time.
I don't know, babe. You got competition.
I think at the end of this we all win. You know.
I think everyone at home would agree.
Look good.
See the seasoning.
Seize the seasoning. And now, easiest way to crack a tail, to get them out, roll them up into the ball. Dude, it's crazy. Just that couple of seconds, they separate right out of the.
Isn't it wild? I was gonna say, I hope this trick works so we don't look like dummies.
No, I can already tell that it's out. Look at that. Anyone, like I said, anyone who's tried to take a tail out and it's still raw, it just separates it right from the shell. It's absolutely amazing. All right, I'm gonna clean up the rest of these. So these are my herbs that are gonna go on top. So we're gonna fry the lobster, take it out, put it in our sweet and sour sauce, give it a toss, put it on top of rice because Aaron needed rice. And then I'm gonna chop up, I have cilantro, mint, and scallions. We'll chop those up, mix them up, and that's gonna go on top. All right, you wanna know something funny? The sign of a sharp knife and good knife skills is when you chop herbs and there's no green on your chopping board. Because it means you didn't smash your herbs with a blunt knife.
That's normally me.
So we're not dipping the lobster in anything because it's raw and sticky. So we don't have to do like an egg wash or anything like that. Just right into our flour. I have my oil up to 375. That is important so that you do not end up with soggy, oily lobster. Because if it's not hot enough, the outside coating won't cook fast enough and it'll just soak up that oil. And see, even without any coating, they're completely coated. And in we go. Watch out, they might pop. You let these fry for about 2 minutes until they're golden brown. Out they come and onto paper towel to soak up any excess oil. That'll keep them nice and crispy. You recording?
I'm recording.
Well. Well, hello. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Alright, so take our lobster, nice and crunchy coating, into the sweet and sour that we have cooled down. Give that a toss. Top of rice, because Aaron had that rice.
I believe it was Madeline, but I will take rice.
So that little bit of cornstarch keeps it nice and crispy so that it's going to stay crunchy even with the sauce on top.
My mouth is watering.
And then we have the cilantro mint scallions.
Which are very important.
The
I can
mint,
speak from experience.
the mint is very important. There we go. Now,
I'm coming out.
I'm coming out. Baby, don't get entertainment points.
JK. Oh, yes. Those look proper. So that butter and garlic kind of soaks down into the breadcrumb, or the panko, and the Parmesan melts a little, obviously. Could add a little bit more crisp there, but I am happy with it. I'm just going to go hands.
woo!
Man, I want the burnt one.
That one? Alright, you get the burnt one. Man, I am excited to try these. This is my first time doing it with lobster. Like I said, I normally do it with oysters. Works really well with oysters. It's incredible. It's hard to find them down here. Say that for there. There we are. A little bit of extra lime if you're limey. And that is key lime garlic Florida spiny lobster.
All right, grab a seat over there.
It is judgment time.
Hold on, am I the only judge?
No, there's 3 of us. Iron Chef style. Alright, what are we going first? Does it matter?
No, just dig in.
Alright, I'm going
This.
sweet and sour first.
Hold on, do we need to squeeze lime on this one?
Do whatever you want.
What?
The mint is like so important. It's so subtle in there, but
Yes.
it matches so well. Alright,
I'm pretty happy with that.
are you?
Oh yeah. Now, key lime lobster.
My palate clean.
I ran out of water. Oh my guys, y'all are going so fast.
Mm.
Oh, I'm not mad at that either.
No.
Oh, this just like broke apart. Oh.
Yeah, it's all chopped up and crumbly.
Oh, man.
I didn't see that part.
They're definitely two drastically different dishes.
Very,
Wow.
very different.
Ooh, babe.
That's
Yeah.
not bad. I might add that one to the list.
That one's good.
That is really good.
I'm really happy with how that turned out.
On oysters. Ooh.
This is just a video of us making lots of sounds.
It's really good. Both
Like
of them.
incredibly.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting my own horn.
Oh, I don't know.
I know going back and forth between them is a little bit weird because they are drastically different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the flavors are so far apart.
yeah, I think I want to like enjoy one then the other.
This is like an appetizer to me, and then this is like a meal. So. we'll
I
see.
hate to sound like a suck up, but I still think I like the sweet and sour better.
I like the lobster tails better.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I like the lobster.
Because I make, you know what it is when you make something, it's just not.
I just know that I can't make this, and one, and two, it's so unique. Like the little bit of mint is just such a strange touch on lobster and sweet and sour in general. You never would think it.
What do you think?
So I vote sweet and sour.
Well, let me get one more bite.
Uh-oh.
'Cause I'm kind of leaning towards lobster, but I like this too.
They're both lobster.
I mean, sweet and sour.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna vote sweet and sour.
I think
I bet
since
what
I
is it?
love.
Oh man, you're the tiebreaker because I said tail.
Oh no, I don't want that pressure.
That's it.
A house divided.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
What is it?
I'm gonna go with a non-biased answer. Lobster.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. I love I'm butter, cheese, like
Yeah.
you can't really
She's
go
a
wrong.
Texas girl. I just put a lot of butter on there and garlic.
Just for the record, they're engaged. So, you know, it's like they gotta sleep in the bed together tonight. So who do you think she was gonna pick?
Keeping
You
the
know.
peace.
Okay.
Maybe.
But alright guys, this was really fun today. Thanks for coming over from Key West Waterman's channel and checking this out on my channel. Hope you guys stick around. And it's kind of cool because you get to see a little bit of third person of him catching lobsters from the day. So even though it's the same footage, it's a different angle. But appreciate it a lot. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
If you like this type of video, leave a comment. Let us know. We'll do some more.
Ooh, yeah.
And we will see you on the next one.